Hi, good morning. How are you doing? I came to the park near my house and sit on the bench as usual. I'm relaxing now. Today, I demonstrate making narration. I always enjoy reading New York Times at a cafe. The other day I found very interesting article. Title was A Dream of Outrunning Time. Let's get started. Subtitle is China is attempting to conquer aging, though some of the science is shaky. When a Chinese state television microphone recently caught China's top leader Xi Jinping and President Vladimir Putin of Russia, musing about the possibility of living to 150 and perhaps even forever. Many reacted with anxious consternation. But there has been no touting in the laboratory of biosciences, a longevity medicine startup in southern Chinese city of the Shenzhen. Living to 150 is definitely realistic, said Liu Onigaf, the chief technology officer of the company, which has developed anti-aging pills based on the compound found in grass seed extract. In a few years, this will be the reality. He is skeptical about modern medicine defeating death entirely. Something Mr. Putin said was possible with organ transplants, but he thinks that longevity science is advancing so fast. Even the seemingly impossible might come to pass. In 5 to 10 years, nobody will get cancer, he predicted. The research for the exerts of life, embraced with the gusto in recent years by American tech billionaire like Peter Thiel, has been underway in China for more than 2 millennia. It started with the first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, who ordered a nationwide hunt for death-defying potions. Just in case that did not work, he also ordered the creation of thousands of the terracotta warriors to protect him in his grave, should he die. The emperor died at 49, possibly from the mercury poisoning, caused by an anti-aging treatment. A whiff of quackery has hung over the longevity business from the start, but an investment from the state and private companies, as well as a surging interest among both Chinese leaders and the public, have turned into the legitimate and sometimes lucrative branch of medicine. China, eager to catch up with and, whenever possible, surpass the West in biotech, artificial intelligence, and other advanced technology, has made the longevity industry the national priority, pouring billions into research and related commercial spin-offs. They have improved very rapidly. A few years ago, there was nothing here, and the West was still far ahead, said Baldamin Grady showed, Harvard Medical School professor who had done pioneering work on longevity, including the experiment that extended the expected lifespan of old mice by connecting their circulatory system to young mice. Chinese researchers, he said, during a recent trip to China to attend two scientific conferences, are rapidly catching up. China's average life expectancy last year reached 79 years, 5 years higher than the global average, according to the People's Daily, the Communist Party's mouthpiece. But that, achieved through the steady improvement in healthcare and lifestyle, is still behind Japan's average of the nearly 85 years and a long way from the 150 years mentioned by Mr. Xi. A dream in China of outrunning time. Mr. Xi and Mr. Putin, both 72, may have just been making a small talk, but they were taken seriously by exiled opponent of the Communist Party, who pointed to a 2019 video that appeared on the Chinese social media purporting to be a promotional pitch by the elite military hospital in Beijing 301, which treats senior officials. The video, which was quickly scrabbled by Chinese censors, boasts that the hospital was doing pioneering work for the 981 Leaders Health Project and aimed to extend the lifespan of senior party figures to 150 years. Average lifespan of Chinese leaders is far longer than the lifespan of leaders in the developed nations. The video said, pointing to the decades of the work by the hospital to keep alive leaders like Mao Zedong, who died at 82 in 1976, and Deng Xiaoping, who was 92 when he died in 1997. Sensitive to all discussion were leaders' health. Chinese state television, which inadvertently chapters the conversation between the leaders before a military parade in the Beijing in September, ordered Western news services to delete the footage. The hot mic musing aside, China's enthusiasm for extending the lifespan has grown in tandem with its rapid economic growth, which has given hundreds of the millions of people the time and money needed to look beyond surviving day-to-day. One Chinese company riding the tide has been Time P, a Shanghai-based group that got its start marketing dietary supplements and now organizes scientific conferences and publishes a magazine, Aging Slow, Living Well. Nobody in China was talking about longevity before. Only rich Americans said. Gan Yu, the company's co-founder. Now, many Chinese are interested and have money they need to extend their lives. Surging interest was on display at a recent international gathering organized by Time P in Shanghai of Chinese and foreign scientists presenting their research as well as business hawking anti-aging creams and potions, goji berries, cryogenic and hyperbaric chambers, and other devices that are supposed to slow aging. Our Lab, a Shanghai-based company that claims technology can prevent humans from aging, invited prospective customers to enter what looks like a telephone booth, a cryogenic device in which the temperature dropped to minus 200 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 130 degrees Celsius. Abo Yu, an entrepreneur from Northeast China in the longevity business, stepped in only to jump out after a few seconds, shivering. He also inspected the company's anti-aging magic box. He left without buying. Speria Med, a healthcare company that runs what it says is the world's biggest longevity hospital in the Chinese city of the Chengdu, promoted Immortality Island, though it acknowledged they do not exist yet. The company's founder, Li Dale, was vague about whether Immortality Island would be anything more than luxury health spas offering a blood test and other forms of the preventive medicine in exotic locales. But the conference also attracted serious scientists like Harvard professor Gladyshev and Steve Herbert, a German-American aging researcher who is a legend in the field for his work developing the first aging clock, the measure of aging biomarkers. Longevity science, Mr. Herbert said, used to be dominated by wild claims that alienated many legitimate scientists, but has seen a vast improvement in recent years, including in China. Nobody serious talk about immortality at scientific conferences anymore because it's so absurd, he added. But the idea of the living forever lingered as a marketing tool. Immortal Dragons, a Singapore investment fund focused on longevity projects, is run by the young entrepreneur from China, Boyang Wang, who has explored money-making opportunity in cryopreservation, 3D printing of organs, and whole body replacement. Lombi, the longevity startup in Shenzhen, has more modest goals. It opened a lab in 2022 in a business tower on the edge of the sprawling Chinese city next to Hong Kong after scientists in Shanghai discovered that natural compound found in the grape seed extract, procrearidin C1 or PCC1, increase the lifespan of mice by selectively killing senescent or aged cells and protecting healthy cells. Mice treated with the compound lived 9.4% longer across their lifetime and 64.2% longer from the start of the treatment. The findings published in an article in Nature Metabolism in 2021 were groundbreaking. But in September, the journal issued an editor's note alerting readers to errors in the data, though it did not retract the article. Subsequent studies, including one in Japan, have supported the initial claims. Translating what works for mice to human beings requires a long and rigorous testing, and what works for mice often disappoints with the people, said David Bargilai, an American medical doctor and the founder of the Bargilai Longevity Consulting. The canonical example of this, he said, is a Lapalicium compound that has been proven to robustly extend the lifespan of mice and other animals, but has an uncertain effect on healthy human adults. China, he said, is increasingly taking longevity and aging biology seriously at both the institutional and policy level. But he added, strong scientific intent does not guarantee uniformly high rigor, translational success. The challenge is not just doing more, but doing better. Grapeseed has long been popular as a health food in the West and in traditional Chinese medicine. But Lombi claims to have isolated molecules within it that kill the zombie cells, aging cells that do not die and hurt healthy cells, and to have found a way to produce capsules containing the high concentration of these. This is not just one more pill. This is the only grail, said Yap Shuzhou, who goes by the name Zico, Lombi's chief executive. The company thinks its pills, combined with a healthy lifestyle and a good medical care, can help people live past 100 and up to 120. David Farman, an assistant professor at the Buck Institute, a biomedical research center in California devoted to research on aging, said the Chinese pills seemed promising but need to be tested in large clinical trials. The Buck Institute, he said, is going to start trials to demonstrate efficacy and validate the company's previous findings and claims. Mr. Yep still sees a big market. Referring to China's first emperor, he said, rich people are like Queen Shi Huang, and they are looking for immortality, or at least longer lives. Thank you very much for listening.